How's your coffee?
Oh, it's perfect. Thank you. I don't know how you make cappuccino with no cappuccino machine.
Well, it requires jus de bras, as they say in French. Like you have to whip the milk by hand, but it works. I was actually, I thought all of a sudden we started yesterday a bit in a spur of the moment thing, our channel, like, but maybe we should start at the beginning and.
At the beginning, or this lifetime
Well,
beginning?
yeah, that's a very good remark. No, I was a bit thinking like maybe people would be interested in what is our story, and maybe we can answer some questions in the future, like one question a day. It doesn't have to be every day, but we can talk about all kinds of topics. But maybe our story is a good place to start.
Okay, well,
So how would you describe it?
how would I describe our story? Well, as you remember, we were part of a group that meets every 2 weeks, and I guess you
Online.
online, and you joined the group. As a new member, I had already been on there for a while, and so I was on the call, and then all of a sudden,
It was called Let's Talk About You.
yeah, let's talk about you. And then I can't remember what you were saying, actually. All I know is that I remember hearing your voice, and suddenly, like, all of everything aligned up. My soul just was like, ooh, woohoo. And I'm like, what? So anyway, I remember thinking, okay, wow, I don't know who that is, but that was an interesting person or whatever. And then, I mean, when I look back, I know that's the moment that I knew I loved you. But in the moment, I didn't. I was confused and surprised, because I'm hardly ever interested in anybody, and I thought, okay, well, I guess if I'm going to know you, that will evolve or whatever. Anyway, then the same people that were facilitating that call,
Yeah, Franco and
Franco
Kimberly.
and Kimberly, yeah, they were having a retreat that summer. So I guess that was in the spring of 2019.
That we first, or that you first
That
heard
I-
my voice.
Yeah, and I don't think you were even on camera. I'm like, who is this? But the really amazing thing about that was it was my soul that was really the one that, like, I knew it was my soul just really excited about. Oh. Anyway, so we go to the retreat, and no, there's another call, and Kimberly says, oh, Philippe, you must be excited that you're coming to the retreat. And again, my soul gets super excited, and for 3 days I can't think of anything else except, who is this Philippe guy? And why am
You
I
or your soul?
well, that's what I'm getting. My soul's super excited because you're going to the retreat. I've already signed up, and I'm thinking, okay, well, I know nothing about you. I have no idea where you live. I have no idea what age you are. I have no idea what your situation is. And for 3 days, my soul was super excited about, yay, Philippe's coming to the retreat. And I'm like, who's Philippe? Catch me up here. So, of course, we go to the retreat, and, you're substantially younger than me. You have a partner at the time. You're a very interesting guy, for sure, although the whole time we're at the retreat, we're not, you're social, I'm social, but we're not socializing. And I think we had maybe one conversation during the whole 8 days, and it was maybe a half an hour long or 20 minutes or whatever. And it was, for some reason, well, anyway, it was just us. There weren't other people around. It was a super inspiring conversation, as I recall.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But
what I noticed. Go ahead.
No, I remember that. Well, I didn't know at the time, but maybe I'll talk a little bit later. You can take the camera, and I'll give you my perspective.
Yeah,
But
I'm sure. Yeah, yours is different, I'm sure. So, anyways, what was amazing though is that I was in constant communication with you telepathically,
yes, that's what I wanted to say actually.
and it was uncanny. I mean, I've had telepathic communication before, randomly once in a while, but never like that, you know. So, okay, if you remember, you were like not in the not in the talking part so much, but Franco does a lot of processes and
Yeah.
meditations and stuff, and
Yeah,
I
I was doing my thing. I was not attending class much, as is my my custom.
yeah.
But you would telepathically beam me, say, "Flip, there's a process about to start," and I
Yeah.
would be 15 minutes away from the retreat, and I would just.
Yeah, and I had my 0 point chair. Everyone else is sitting this really uncomfortable, fold up chairs or whatever. And I had brought my chair, and yeah, like clockwork. Every single time, I wasn't linearly sending it on purpose. I was just knowing that I was sending you the message. There's a process. You should come now. And then right when you would start walking up the stairs, I wouldn't even see you. I would get out of my chair and go and take another place, and then you would come and sit in my chair. And people were saying, what's happening with you two? Are you texting each other? And we're like, not exactly. It's kind of an organic type of text. And we didn't even discuss it. It just was happening naturally, right? Anyhow.
Yeah, and I mean, if you take the camera for a moment, it's like. For me, I was so out there that whole week that I didn't even. I didn't even notice. I was doing my thing, and then it's like, oh, I think it's time for me to go back to the class because I've been away for an hour or two, and I would be exactly at the time of the process. And your chair was just empty, so I just walk in, I see this beautiful empty 0 point chair, and I just go and sit in there or lie in there or whatever was most comfortable, do the process and get out and be gone again. And so for me it was like, I was not thinking, oh, maybe I should ask if this chair is available. Like, it was just like, I come in, the chair is there right in front of me, I lie in there, I participate in the process with the whole group, and I'm back doing my own stuff or my own thing. And so, no, that was really, really, really beautiful that you without, because that was even before we had that one conversation of 20 minutes, that you just felt this is the thing to do. I get out of my chair, and 10 seconds later I walk into the door and I participate in the process, and I'm out again, and you take your chair again. And so it was already one 0 point chair even before we had ever exchanged words with each other. So it was the relationship started beyond words, let's say, beyond everything. So it was really, really, really beautiful. And I remember, you told me afterwards that in this one conversation that we had, that I just got up and walked away in mid-sentence, but it was just because the conversation
No,
was
actually,
so interesting.
it wasn't in mid-sentence. It was actually at the perfect time. I think the conversation actually was over, and then you just all of a sudden got up and left. It was very interesting.
Not much politeness. Sorry.
No, it wasn't like that. It was just very, yeah. Oh, okay. Conversation over. Got it.
But it was such a beautiful conversation.
It
because
was.
I remember it was about language and these things, and I got so inspired that the next day I started to create new words that had new meanings, and because I think that's an important part of, the old reality has either subverted a lot of the meanings of the words, or they have words that if you look at them they are spelled. So it's we can talk more about that at another time, but. And so I was creating these new words, and then I was so inspired that I even started to write down formulas of how I saw that the universe was working. And it was really that one conversation, that one shared week, even though if you would look at it from a certain perspective, you would say, oh, you were the person I spoke the least with in that whole week. However, you were the person that I had the most meaningful conversations and most meaningful connection with. So.
Wow. Yeah. Beautiful. Well, then I remember actually it was interesting because when so you're from Brussels
Uh-huh. If you
and
want, we can go a little bit more in the light
yeah.
because whoop, because the light is falling fast.
Hmm. Actually, it's quite beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember. Okay, so you're from Brussels,
yeah.
and well, you're
The
not from
heart of
Brussels.
Europe.
You're from
Antwerp, the diamond
Antwerp, and
city.
you were living in Brussels.
Yeah, I
And
chose Brussels.
yeah, the heart of Europe, exactly. And I am born. I'm from Toronto, but at the time had a year before just packed up, sold everything, and decided, okay, I'm gonna live in a trailer, a really nice trailer, on my friend's 100-acre farm, literally in the middle of nowhere. So I had a year to sort of calm down from my life, and I remember in the fall, getting a call from you, and I thought, wow, that's interesting because we'd only had this one conversation, and you know, you'd gone home by then, and we had some amazing conversations by phone. That was about this time last year, over the space of a couple of months, I guess. And in the meantime, I had decided, or two friends of mine and I decided we were going to do co-facilitate a divine feminine retreat in the mountains near Huatuco, Mexico. And I remember telling you about it, and you blew me away because a lot of what I understand as, or had, I'd been looking, reading and just receiving information about what is the divine feminine for years, and it's my information is very different than how it's sort of an overused kind of cliche thing now, and it's been corrupted in a way. And I had the esoteric knowledge, and I remember expressing a lot to you, and you actually getting it, and me going, oh my gosh, this is incredible to even have a dialogue with somebody, and no less a man who really understood what I was saying at the level I was saying it. And those conversations are so dear to my heart. But anyway, so I fast forward, was telling you all about, okay, this is the plan and this is how we've decided to organize it or whatever. And you right away said, that's amazing, I'm going to support this. And I didn't really know what that meant, but you put in our retreat family Facebook page, like right after that conversation, that you would
I like to do
buy.
things now.
Yeah, I know. I know. You said I'm going to buy one ticket for, or one
Spot.
spot for, I'll support one spot, and you left it up to the three of us to decide who it would go to.
Yes, that one person could go for free.
Yes.
Because I believe in free energy, free love, free
Yeah.
everything.
And that was really
Freedom.
generous and really, really amazing. And very divine masculine, by the way.
Thank you.
Anyways, well, no expectations, like just this is what I'm doing, and this is going to be amazing, and it was amazing. But then you end up supporting two other people, not fully, but like partially.
Yeah, because I just felt, I got even more amazed the more I heard about what you were going to do. I said, okay, I can support some more people, not fully, but like I can have two more people that were on the fence and had thought that there were financial restraints. So I said, okay, let's take that away.
And two of them had been also at the retreat.
Yeah.
And they were from, like, one from California and one from Slovakia.
Maybe let's go inside, because really the light is falling so
Okay.
fast that we don't see
Okay. Yeah.
anything.
Well, we
Can turn on the light
to
here.
Our couch here, and I'll turn the light on. So, not to spend too much time there, but I just was thinking about that time and how amazing it was. Anyways, just for the sake of it, for whoever's watching, it was really incredible because, okay, so we do the retreat and we're in the mountains, and there's Wi-Fi, but you have to walk 10 minutes to get to the Wi-Fi. And we were so involved in the retreat. It was a small group, maybe 8 people, and it was a game changer retreat, if I do say so myself. The flow, everything. So I would rarely go up to the Wi-Fi. Anyway, I go up one day, and I think it's the day before we're about to finish our retreat, and I see the message from you. It's a text message. Hi, I'm in Mexico. I flew to Cancun 2 days ago, and I'm thinking that I'll come to Huatulco. And meantime, I haven't answered the text for 2 days because because I haven't seen it. And then I quickly arranged, the.
I'm going to take it off the chair. Just continue.
Oh, okay. So I quickly arranged for a room at a friend of mine in Huatulco, and then I text Philippe back. He's at the airport. He's decided, well, I don't know why Lisa's not answering me, but I'm just going to go to Huatulco anyways. So anyway, I text him as he's at the airport. I go, okay, I booked you a room here. We're leaving tomorrow. We'll change our time to come down early. We'll meet you for breakfast, and then we'll go to the beach, and then everybody can go out to the airport. So anyway, there's Philippe in Huatulco, and we're late for breakfast, of course, and then we have I guess about an hour at the beach, maybe, and everyone goes home but the other 2 facilitators, and I had rented a condo there. So anyway, everyone ended up at the condo. and
I was separate.
You were staying at Dan's, but you actually spent the time with us, except for maybe 2 hours where the facilitators had a wrap-up meeting or whatever. Really, we had a beer. But okay, so then the next day, 2 days later, they go home, and then there's you at Dan's and me at this 3-bedroom condo.
And you decide to go for a massage at Dan's.
And Dan's a massage therapist. He's beautiful. Yeah, and so I've known him a few years. And then somehow we go together.
Yeah, and then I lose consciousness in my room and
Yeah.
I break the 2 front teeth here.
I'm on the massage table, and so Philippe and I had gone to Dan's. I'm having my massage, and he always gives really long massages. And then all of a sudden, I hear knock, knock, knock on the door. No, I heard something, and I go, something's wrong. And I got up, and I find Philippe has fallen, lost consciousness. His teeth are broken. I'm with my towel. I say, okay, Dan, go get some ice. And I go back on the table, and then I say, Philippe's like lying down at this point, and we hear knock on the door. And I said, open the door, invite him in, and really, we don't know each other that well.
No, we had some conversations on the phone, and that 20-minute conversation.
Yeah, and then
in Canada.
Yeah, and then anyway, so Dan handled it very well, but he's kind of like, wow, this is weird. Lisa has no clothes on. She's on the table. I'm supposed to be massaging her. Here's Philippe, and he's like kind of freaked out because he's just lost consciousness. And then they just started to have a conversation about hemorrhoids. I'm like, what's happening? So then after my massage, I go, he must be hungry. So I go get him food, take a taxi back, I bring food. And I go, you know what, you should just come to the condo. And at that point,
since then we have been 24 hours together since November 17th of last November 17th of last year.
Yes. Yeah. So we had the condo, and then another friend of ours was coming from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And he was interested in going to the ranch where we had the retreat. And so by now we're getting to know each other very well, but we're not, it's just this friends thing, or we're not sure what.
Although my soul comes to meet you at some moment.
That's at the ranch though.
At the ranch, yes. You're lying in the river on a rock.
I'm meditating, and then all of a sudden, Okay, so that was when Brett. Oh no.
Then let's not do too many
So-
details because the
so,
video will
okay,
become
so-
very long.
So
but,
Brett comes. We all go to the ranch, and I'd just been there for a while, and I just said to Philippe, you know, I'm not really into the ranch because I've just been there for a while, so we'll just go up, show them around, and they're doing an intentional community there. Anyways, we end up staying for, I don't know, a while. Yeah, so I'm in the river in this beautiful place where there's rocks and a big rock, which was sort of like an armchair. And all of a sudden, Philippe's soul comes to me very formally with other people or other, like maybe
there were souls?
Well, yeah, it was sort of like
I didn't know
his,
that part.
he was escorted by, there was 4 other beings there.
Mm-hmm.
Background, though, I never actually saw them or met them, but, you know, very much your soul. And I'm there, and my soul's there, and your soul is like greeting my soul, and my soul is very sweetly, you know, like they're old friends. Like but your soul was very much, not that I saw, but I really felt the stately or the royal, the royal kind of flavor to, and very no nonsense, but very respectful, and like thank you for thanking me for being here, and it became very clear our souls were to work together, that had been working together, but that, you know, against all odds, against you know, we're across the water from the ocean, and our age difference and all of it.
We did it.
And we managed to, you found me. And yeah, and from then, you could say.
No, it was, and then it was, it was very interesting because there was, you gave me all this attention, and now I understand it comes from this divine feminine aspect, but at that time I was just like, okay, what is this woman so interested in me? And so one day we go out. I never danced, but you got me to dance within the first week of being with you. And so, but on another day we go out and there's like a parade, and we go to dance and play with the children of the town and so on. And afterwards we have a beer, and I say, I think you are in love with me. But you are like, I don't know what that means. I don't know what love is exactly. No, but I really think you're in love with me. Because I cannot otherwise explain all this attention.
Well, because for me, the difference is I knew what love was, but in love, that's a different thing. And so I started exploring, well, I don't know if I've had that experience, and I'd have to think about that. No, you're in love with me. And now, maybe I can say I was in love with you.
Well, maybe one is in love. I am love.
You are love.
We give and receive love.
Yeah.
We grow the love.
Yeah. But the beautiful thing that I think, I mean, we were 8 months, 24/7, sharing a bed, and really taking our time, you know, with the exception of a few small, not small, but, you know, a few times, we were really just getting to know each other. And I didn't understand it at the time. Everything seemed totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
There was no ego playing. There was no question, is this going somewhere, like in that lower place? It was very much, I don't know, it was beautiful. Like, and now I understand we were laying the foundation.
I told you I'm not attracted to you. Like, I just wanted to make it clear.
Yeah.
Like, it's not because we share a bed.
Yeah, you were very clear about that. So, okay, I didn't really ask for that clarity, but since I have it, okay, thank you, I know. But I wasn't ready for a relationship either. I mean, I wasn't even thinking of it in terms, and I don't know, I didn't go into the linear stuff, but basically I was very...
No, you did actually a very long wait of what, 15 years, you said, I
Yep.
rather be alone than
Yep.
have a man that is not a man, let's say, or that is
Yeah.
not a man. Or
Yeah,
for me.
that's true. After my last relationship was a long time ago, I said I'm not going to get involved. I felt an internal shift and a big kind of no more uh, playing at this level. I'm definitely going to do my own work, my emotional work, and when I shift, maybe I'll be open. But I wasn't open. I mean, I did, obviously, there was some people that I would go out with sometimes, but after, I don't know, it seemed like, okay, I know everything I need to know about this person, and,
In one
you know,
conversation.
yeah.
So no need to go any further.
Yeah, that sounds a little arrogant maybe, but it was more my desire for, to live outside of this small bandwidth. I know I use that term a lot, but I came in with information. I have a big desire for humanity to be all that they are. So this became, it was always with me, but this became, you know, after doing my life the way I did, I finally had the time to calm down and do all the research or work that I did, emotional work, whatever it was, and I was able to really know who I was and know where I wanted to go with things. And it was interesting because my soul gave me a message last spring that I had done everything I can do, and now it was time to collaborate. And at that time I was just at the farm in the trailer, and I'm looking around and thinking, well, I guess I'm going to be collaborating with trees and birds because there's no one here. And then a couple months later in walks Philippe, and then, you know, it was very slow. But I think both of us, I mean, we did a lot of work with you too.
Yeah, no,
You
no,
were
and that,
very-
I mean, you were talking about this desire that you had and this decision that you made quite a while ago, and I was more or less at the same point. Like, let's say I'm 34 now, it was at my 33rd birthday. I said, okay, from now on I will do everything I can to change and shift out of where I am at, because this is going nowhere and I have places to be. So, yeah.
It's that desire that you had and commitment and seriousness about doing any and all possible to realize your potential and work with your soul and make the changes that was so, like, that I felt so deeply. I mean, not one time did I think, oh, you know, he's changing his mind, oh, he's gonna take a night off, or you didn't. And everything, all the work we did together, everything that came through the souls and through me and clearings and whatever we were doing, you took everything and worked with it. And that I have never seen before. So I thought, this is somebody who is as serious as I am about whatever it is we're doing here. And your soul had made it so beautifully clear that, like, thank you for coming to me. And that wasn't a pressure, and there was no sexual pressure because we
No.
were very,
No,
you know.
even though my soul said, it will come, it will come.
Yeah.
My soul came to tell you,
Yeah.
Lisa, don't
Yeah,
worry, it will come.
yeah. Well, I wasn't worried, but I mean, it was just very funny the way your soul's very like you. Yeah, it's happening, but just not now. Okay, fine. And then what? And then
Yeah, fast forward to
2 or 3
two,
months
2
ago.
or 3 months ago, all of a sudden we have a lot of, we start with 1 bottle of wine, but we didn't make the mistake. Clearly it's not a mistake, but we had bought 3 bottles of wine, and so we, by the 3rd bottle of wine, I'm like, I am attracted to you.
And my response is like, okay, mixed message. But you didn't stop there. You said, well, we're more than friends. We're much more than friends. Yeah, and that night, actually, you went to bed. I thought, oh, okay, Philippe's drunk, and I crawl into the other side of the bed. Okay, I'm gonna sleep on the other side, no problem. And I was drifting off a little, and then all of a sudden you said, "What do you say to that, Lisa?" Again, my soul wakes right up, and I say, "I love you with all of who I am, all of what I am, and I am here." And then you just it was very beautiful. And from then on, well, we've done many other things too, but it's been quite, it's funny because it feels longer than 2 or 3. I don't even know the date. I don't keep track of time, as you know. It was sometime in early July maybe, but
Yeah.
yeah, so
Mid-July, I would say.
in July, before your birthday, yeah.
Before my 34th birthday.
Mhm.
So everything had already changed.
Ah,
by
yes,
then.
for sure.
And then it changed some more. after.
Mhm. And now we're
And
at
now we are
such a
here.
difference. So much has happened between then and now, which would have happened if we hadn't come together.
No.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Well, we'll keep it here maybe
Yeah.
because we could talk for hours about this beautiful story, or at least how you feel.
Yeah. Do you want to put any of your perspective in there? Because
But my perspective is the same as yours, and it's just maybe the inaccurate language. I just mean my perspective is the same as yours, but I just wanted to add here and there. But since we are one being, what I want to say actually, you just say it the second after. So.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I did all the talking. Oh. So.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to